Ever felt so excited about a tiny success that you could shout it from the rooftops? Like tying your shoelaces right on the first try? It might sound small, right? But these little moments can pump you up like you just won an Olympic gold medal. That's the power of small wins. They might not seem like a big win at first, but over time, they add up to something amazing. Think about all those times you smiled over the smallest things. Finding $1 in your pocket, waking up a minute before your alarm, or making the perfect cup of hot cocoa without burning your tongue. Each little victory sets off a spark in your mind, and that spark can grow into a mighty flame of motivation. Today, we are talking about why small wins are so powerful, how to celebrate them, and how they bring us closer to our big goals in 2025. We will drop a few Bible references too, because sometimes God shows us big truths in small ways. Ever heard the verse, "Do not despise small beginnings," from Zechariah chapter 4 verse 10? Yeah, even the smallest victories matter. So grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's explore these small wins that make a big impact. Have you ever tried to push a car that's out of gas? It feels impossible at first, but if you rock it back and forth just a bit, you build enough momentum to keep it rolling forward. Small wins are like that little rocking motion. They help you get started, even when something feels stuck. Each small victory builds strength, confidence, and excitement. Before you know it, you are cruising along, feeling like you can conquer the world, or at least that messy closet in your bedroom. Trust me, I've been there. We often think we have to do something huge to see a difference in life, but really it's the steady daily progress that brings changes. It's like planting a seed. One day there's just dirt. The next day you see a tiny green sprout. Over time, the sprout can grow into a big, healthy plant or even a tree. Jesus talked about a mustard seed in Matthew chapter 13 verse 31 to 32, saying it's the smallest seed but can grow into a tree large enough for birds to nest in. That's a perfect picture of how small everyday actions can lead to massive growth. When you think about 2025, it might feel like we are in the future, but guess what? We are living it right now. The choices you make today shape what life looks like tomorrow. No fancy time machine needed, just real choices and real progress. Small wins lead to habits, and habits are the things we do so regularly they become part of who we are, like brushing our teeth each morning. No pep talk needed for that one, right? That's what a good habit does. It runs on autopilot and helps us achieve things without draining our energy. If you want a reading habit in 2025, start small. Maybe just 2 pages a day. Before long, you are reading whole chapters, and every time you finish those 2 pages, celebrate. Give yourself a high five or say, "Yes, I did it." That burst of joy cements the habit in your mind. It really works, trust me. I once tried to build a push-up habit. I aimed for a 50 right away. Guess how many times I actually hit 50? 0. It was too big too soon. I ended up tired, grumpy, and feeling like a deflated balloon. The next time, I started with 5 push-ups a day. That was easy, and I actually did it. I'd celebrate after each set, even if it felt silly. Then after a week, I pumped it up to 10, then 15, and so on. After a few months, 50 wasn't impossible anymore. It felt normal, and it all started with 5. Sometimes people say celebrating small things are silly or childish, like cheering after you finally organize your desk or fold your laundry. But that's not silly at all. Celebrations, big or small, remind your brain that progress is exciting and worth chasing. It's like a mini party in your head. So Do a happy dance for a few seconds. Pick a victory shout like woohoo or yes, I can. Or use a sticker chart. You can even promise yourself a small treat after a certain number of wins, like a piece of chocolate or a short walk outside. Mini parties make life fun. In Luke 15, there's a story of a shepherd who finds a lost sheep and calls friends to celebrate. If we can party over one sheep, we can definitely party over tiny success. We live in a busy world, especially in 2025. New gadgets pop up every week, our schedules are jam-packed, and social media keeps reminding us of what we are not doing. That's why focusing on small wins can be a lifesaver. When you notice that you are accomplishing, you will feel less stressed about all the things still felt undone, one step at a time. Think of it like running a marathon. A champion runner doesn't focus on the entire 26 miles. They focus on each step. Each step is a small win that gets them closer to the finish line. Life is the same way. We get to bigger goals by stringing together tiny steps. I once tried juggling, cooking, cleaning, emails, cat videos, trip planning, and reading a book all at once. Spoiler alert, I burned the food, typed nonsense in my emails, and missed most of the cat video. If I'd focused on cooking first, I'd have had dinner instead of a smoky kitchen. Tackling one small thing at a time, then celebrating is the way to go. Do you know that small wins can inspire others too? It's kind of like yawning. When one person yawns, everyone else starts. But in this case, it's much cooler than yawning. When you share a little victory, it can encourage someone else who needs a push. If you post on social media that you've walked 10 minutes every day for a week, someone who's been feeling down might see that and think, hey, if they can do 10 minutes, maybe I can too. Sharing is caring. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 14 to 16, Jesus talks about letting your light shine. Small wins can be that light. You don't need something gigantic to inspire people. Even one small action can push someone else toward positive change. Let's talk about making a game plan. Think of it like a road trip. You wouldn't just jump in the car without knowing your route or where to stop for snacks, right? First, pick one area of your life. Maybe you want to save money, read more, or get fitter. Don't tackle everything at once. Then set a tiny goal. Make it so easy you can do it even on your worst day, like 50 cents a day for savings, or 1 page of reading, or 5 squats. Just 5 squats to start. Track it using a notebook or an app. Mark each time you complete your small goal and celebrate. High five yourself. Do a little dance or even a sticker. When it gets easy, bump it up. Save $1. Read 2 pages or do 8 squats. Inch by inch, you will get stronger or more confident. Don't forget to have fun with it. If you want to drink more water, maybe just promise yourself 1 extra sip each day. That might sound like nothing, but if it's too easy, that's good. You will want to do more. Soon it's 2 sips, then a whole glass, and before you know it, you are drinking plenty of water. Just don't drink it out of a fish tank, okay? That's weird. We don't want fishy. Of course, sometimes we miss our small wins anyway. Maybe you forgot to read your 1 page, or you spent the 50 cents on a candy bar. It happens. But one slip up isn't the end of the world. One missed day of brushing your teeth won't make them fall out. And one missed small win won't ruin your plan. Just jump back in. Pick up where you left off and remind yourself why you started. Maybe keep a sticky note somewhere with the phrase, small steps lead to big journeys, or I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. Don't beat yourself up for failing once. Just don't let one mistake turn into a habit of quitting. As you celebrate these small wins day by day, you will notice a change in how you think and act. Tasks that once felt huge will feel easier. You will also start believing in yourself more. That's momentum. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill. It starts small but picks up more snow and speed up as it goes, becoming massive by the bottom. Imagine learning a new language. The first words might be tough, but each time you learn one and celebrate, you get excited. After a month, you might know 30 words. After 6 months, you might hold a simple conversation. By the end of the year, you could watch a movie without subtitles. All from small wins, stacking up, step by step, word by word. You don't have to do it alone. Whether it's friends, family, or an online group, sharing your small wins can keep you going. You might feel shy about celebrating something that seems tiny, but people usually love to cheer each other on. And hearing others' small wins can motivate you on a rough day. If you've got a friend also aiming to improve something in 2025, be accountability buddies. Send each other a quick message whenever you hit a tiny daily goal. Soon, your chats will be filled with, "Yes, I did it," and "Way to go," instead of negativity. Spread that possibility. In a world full of social media highlights, it's easy to see someone else's big achievements and feel like your small wins don't measure up. That's like comparing an acorn to a massive oak tree. They are just at different stages. The oak was once an acorn too. If you compare where you are now to someone else's highlight reel, you will feel discouraged. Remember, your journey is unique. Celebrate your milestones even if they are tiny, without letting someone else's success make you feel small. Now, about the faith factor. Throughout scripture, we see people who started small but ended up doing great things with God's help. David was just a shepherd boy before becoming a king. Gideon was hiding in a wine press before leading an army. Jesus picked fishermen to be his disciples, and they changed the world. These stories remind us that it's not just about how big you start. It's about trusting God that even the smallest step can lead somewhere incredible. If you ever feel like small wins don't matter, remember God can use even the tiniest effort for something huge. Keep going and keep trusting. As you celebrate small wins in 2025, consider using technology. Set reminders on your phone or use a habit tracking app. Make it visible with post-it notes on your mirror or fridge. Write things like "small steps add up. I'm proud of me." Write things like "small steps add up. I'm proud of me," or just a smiley face. If you live with family, celebrate each other's wins. A group challenge like memorizing one Bible verse a week can be motivating. Keep it fun with playful rewards like a favorite snack or a short comedy break whenever you hit a milestone. Sometimes people might criticize or mock your small steps. They might say, "Why celebrate that? It's nothing." Don't let that rain on your parade. You know the value of these wins because they lead to something bigger. Often, those who tease will later ask, "How did you do it?" If you face negativity, remember 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 16. Rejoice always. You don't need anyone's permission to be happy about your own progress. Keep rejoicing. By now, you might see how celebrating small wins can become a way of life. Instead of waiting for a huge accomplishment to feel proud, you can feel proud every single day. This mindset changes everything. You will be more grateful, more confident, and less burnt out because big goals are broken into tiny, doable steps. Every small win is another drop of water in your confidence cup, and soon it will overflow. You've got this. A friend of mine, we'll call her Emma, felt lost in 2020. She wanted to write a book but would write one page and give up. She felt like a failure for not matching authors who wrote 10 pages a day. Then she learned about small wins. She set a goal to write 50 words a day. That's maybe half a page. It felt tiny, but she celebrated each day, dancing in her living room and yelling, "I wrote something." People thought she was odd, but she was happy. Over time, 50 words turned to 100, then a whole chapter. By the end of 2021, she had a full draft. By 2025, she'd published her second book. That's the power of small wins and celebration. Imagine looking back at the end of the year and seeing a journal or app full of tiny goals you hit daily. Each one is like a baby step, but put together, they form a giant leap. You will see growth you never thought possible and have positive attitude to fuel even bigger dreams in 2026 and beyond. This creates a chain reaction for positivity and progress. It all starts with small steps. Remember, small wins build motivation and momentum. Habits start small, so pick a tiny goal and slowly level up. Celebrate every little achievement. Share your success and inspire others. Avoid comparing your progress with someone else's highlight reel. Trust God. He can turn small things into amazing outcomes. Make a simple plan. Track your progress and watch how it adds up over time. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's never underestimate the impact of small steps. Whether you want to write a book, save for a dream trip, get healthier, or grow your faith, small, consistent wins will get you there. You don't have to wait until you are perfect or until every situation is ideal. Start now, start small, and celebrate each step. Zechariah chapter 4 verse 10 says, "Do not despise small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin." If God is happy to see your small steps, you should too. Each step matters, each day matters, and each tiny win is worth a victory dance. Go on, do your little dance. Pick one small goal, celebrate your journey, and watch how these small wins transform your life in 2025. You've got this. Keep going, keep trusting, and keep celebrating every little victory. Soon, you will look back and realize those small wins weren't so small after all. They were giant leaps towards a brighter future.